I'm here today at the Stanton Open Gardens. And for those of you who are not familiar, Stanton is a village in the Cotswolds, which happens to be my husband Ian's favorite village in the Cotswolds. I did film a video about this a while ago. I'll link that in the description if you want to hear and see all about Stanton. But today we're here for open gardens. And if you're not British or don't know what open gardens are, I will tell you that it is something that's usually done in villages or large manor houses where they open up their beautiful, well-manicured flower gardens and just expansive gardens in the case of a manor house for the public to come and see. And you buy a ticket. It almost always goes to some type of charity so that you can enjoy seeing the gardens and see what you don't normally get to see because they're private gardens and they raise money for a good cause. Last year, Ian came to Stanton Open Gardens because his favorite village, and he loves gardens. I wasn't able to come with him, so he came back and told me, they were amazing. They were the best open gardens ever. So that meant that this year we made it a priority to come. We are here with our friends Joel and Krista from North Carolina who have been visiting the past month, and this is the last hurrah. They fly home to North Carolina tomorrow and they plan their trip so that they can be here for the Stanton Open Gardens because of how fabulous Ian thought they were last year. I always love this place, the Old Dairy. Beautiful home, wonderful name, beautiful flowers. The manor has one of my favorite doors in Stanton. I should say it's the house called the manor, not the actual manor. I have peered down this alleyway before because I absolutely adore the roses growing by the door, and I love the door itself. Look at that, just gorgeous. This is a wonderful little door as well. Looks like there's some plants for sale.
Rescue me, take me in your arms, rescue me. I want your tender charms, 'cause I'm lonely and I'm blue. I need you and your love too. Come on and rescue me.
This is the Warren farmhouse, and we're about to check out the gardens here. Please tell me in the comments if you have an idea what model car this is. This tree is magnificent. I have to get a close-up look of the flowers. It's just massive. There's a little bridge over a tiny brook. Here amidst these rocks and ferns, I saw these little lawn ornaments and then realized they were alive. Look at this turtle. Oh my goodness. And there's another one over here that's a bit larger. He's more shy. Hello, come out. Don't be scared. He's pulling his head in. Wonderful vegetable patch. Loads of berries grown in a cage, of course, to keep the pests from eating them. And some raspberries and gooseberries behind this fence so that critters don't eat them. And now for a few magenta flowers. I love roses like this that are pale yellow and just touched with pink. It's time to check out the garden behind the little Warrens. This was much bigger than I expected it would be back here. I loved these huge white peonies, and next to them, these lovely red roses. Every time I've seen the biggest, then there's another one that's also gigantic. This garden had a lovely little lily pond and some more beautiful magenta blossoms. Pixie Cottage from 1623. Now, the old chapel house gardens. Every time I walk behind one of these stone cottages, I see a much larger garden than I expected. Become a lot more crowded now that the open gardens have been going on a couple hours. Here's the old bakehouse, which is having a bit of a jumble sale, and of course I have to show you the best bit. And now that we've seen the magenta shoes, I can show you the garden. Those are the longest necked, skinniest. Indian runner ducks. Never heard of them. This is a fabulous pear tree. Massive orange poppies. This gray squirrel looks kind of like a red squirrel, if you know what I mean. I've never been back to this part of Stanton before, so it's fun to see this beautiful home and now get to take a peek at the garden. This garden is full of beautiful roses. And like so many of the other gardens, there are not only pretty flower beds here, but practical vegetable gardens, and beyond that, expansive orchards. We should all have lavender growing around our wee greenhouses in the back garden. This little corner out here is just gorgeous. There is something particularly enchanting about a golden Cotswold cottage with roses growing around its doorway. Such a perfect summertime sight. Now for a look around Long Cottage Gardens. Even though we've been to Stanton countless times, this was not a home we were familiar with. But Ian and Krista ended up really liking their gardens very much. They were meticulously curated and had a very calming feel to them. Once again, the front of the home doesn't look that big, but you come back here and it's just massive. The big pond and willow trees. And the best magenta peonies of the day. Please forgive me, but I couldn't resist taking a selfie because my favorite flowers so perfectly matched my coat. Now, as our day in Stanton draws to a close, we have to visit our beloved thatched cottages, whose roof lines and thatch animals we have admired together with innumerable American visitors whom we have brought to visit this quiet spot. I have admired this house for years with its thatched owl and thatched family of ducks on the top. And now we get to go inside the gate and take a peek at the garden. Like Hidcote, this garden kind of had rooms within it, which were just stunningly arranged and maintained. This is not one of the open garden houses, but it is always one of my favorite homes to walk by when we come to visit Stanton, because this gardener does such a good job. I hope you enjoyed this peek at Cotswold Private Gardens. I hope you check out next my video of the best gardens in the Cotswolds, the kind that are always open to the public. Thanks so much for watching, and do something good in the world today.